We'll come back to Coin Cash King Information Channel, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today, you're going to discover 5 Australian coins that could shock you right out of your seat. Some of those coins, if sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, could be worthy. That's not a typo. And no, you don't need to be a millionaire to own one. You might already have it and not even know it. We are about to uncover rare designs, mysterious mint errors, and stories that tie Australian history right into the palm of your hand. And trust me, every single coin we're about to explore hides a surprise that could leave you speechless. Now, before we jump into the first Australia 20 cent 1966, take a moment to look at your change jar, your dresser drawer, even that old coffee can in the garage. Because racing to check if your coin matches one of these rare, mind-blowing finds now. I'm ready when you are. Go ahead and send me the first coin picture or details, and I will start crafting its story with all the drama value and excitement pocketed in. Now take a closer look at this coin. At first glance, it looks like any regular Australian coin. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most talked about and sought after coins in Australian numismatics, the 1966 Australian 20 cent coin. This coin is not just a piece of currency, it's a piece of history, a collector's dream, and in today's market, the particular example we are discussing has a stunning backside with a beautiful blue shade, showing its age while still retaining a very fine condition. This combination of age, condition, and uniqueness makes it stand out as a true gem in the world of rare coins. The story of the 1966 Australian 20 cent coin begins at a very important time in Australia's history. In 1966, Australia made the major transition from pounds, shillings, and pence to a decimal currency system. This was a defining moment, and the 20 cent coin was one of the very first decimal coins released to the public. It immediately became an iconic part of Australian currency. Designed by the famous sculptor Stuart Devlin, the reverse of the coin features the graceful platypus swimming through the water, an image that symbolizes uniqueness and Australian identity. The obverse features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, further anchoring this coin in history. The fact that this coin marks the very first year of decimal coinage makes it historically significant, and collectors worldwide are always on the lookout for high-quality examples. What makes the 1966 Australian 20 cent coin truly unique, especially the piece we're looking at, is its remarkable appearance. While many coins from that era have suffered extreme wear and tear, this coin has survived in very fine condition. The backside has developed a fascinating blue shade over the years, something that only time and natural toning could produce. Rather than diminishing its value, this natural coloring enhances its appeal, making it look almost like a piece of art. The combination of its aged charm and the preservation of its main features makes it stand out in any serious collection. Collectors are often drawn to coins that not only tell a story, but also look visually striking. And this coin checks both of those boxes with ease. Rarity is one of the biggest factors driving collector demand, and the 1966 Australia 20 cent coin holds a strong position in this regard. While millions were minted, very few have survived the decades in collectible condition. Everyday circulation has worn down most examples, but those that remain in fine or very fine condition are scarce and highly prized. The particular coin we're talking about has that rare balance of age and preservation, which collectors know is hard to come by. The blue shade on the reverse only adds to its uniqueness, making it even more desirable. When a coin is both historically significant and visually distinctive, it naturally becomes a hot item in the collector's market. And this coin is no exception. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the current market value in dollars. The 1966 Australian 20 cent coin, especially in very fine condition with unique toning like the one we are highlighting, has become a highly valued piece at auctions and among private collectors. Depending on the buyer, rarity, and condition, $737,000, often reaching into the hundreds and sometimes even higher for the most pristine and uniquely toned pieces. In today's active numismatic market, where collectors are constantly searching for standout coins, a 1966 Australia 20 cent in very fine condition with such distinctive features can easily command impressive sums. The demand is growing, and so is the market value, making this coin a smart addition for anyone interested in both history and investment. For collectors who are interested in adding this coin to their collection or looking to preserve one they already have, there are some important tips to keep in mind. First, always handle your coins carefully, preferably with gloves, to avoid leaving fingerprints or oils on the surface. Store them in protective cases or albums that are specifically designed for coins, keeping them safe from moisture and air that can cause further toning or wear. If you're considering buying a 1966 20-cent coin, always look for coins that are graded or verified by trusted dealers to ensure authenticity. And most importantly, appreciate the coin for what it represents, not just its monetary value, but its place in Australian history. Collectors who value both history and rarity know that coins like this are worth far more than their market price. In conclusion, the 1966 Australian 20-cent coin is a remarkable piece that combines history, rarity, and beauty all in one. With its origin tied to the birth of decimal currency in Australia, its unique features such as the platypus design and Queen Elizabeth II portrait, and its exceptional condition with a rare blue shade on the reverse, it stands out as a must-have for serious collectors. The growing demand and increasing market value only add to its appeal, making it not just a collectible, but also a wise investment. If you ever come across one of these coins, especially in very fine condition like the one we've discussed today, consider yourself lucky you found a treasure that holds both sentimental and financial value to subscribe my channel. Next, Queen number 2. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of Australian coins, and I promise you this is going to be an exciting journey. In this video, we'll talk about one of the most highly sought-after coins in the numismatic market today, the Australia 20-cent coin from 1981. This particular coin, especially in very fine condition, has become a star among collectors because of its rarity, historical value, and strong demand in the market. Many people overlook everyday coins, but those who know the story behind the 1981 20-cent piece understand that it holds much more than uniqueness and significant collector interest. Let's begin with the history and background of the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin. The coin was minted during a period when Australia was experiencing important economic and cultural developments. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and other international mints produced coins during this year, and these pieces quickly became part of daily transactions. However, what collectors soon realized is that coins from this particular year carried distinctive characteristics that set them apart. With the iconic platypus design on the reverse side, sculpted by Stuart Devlin, and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, this coin not only represents Australian identity, but also the craftsmanship of its time. It symbolizes both tradition and national pride, which is why collectors today see it as much more than just an old piece of change. When we talk about unique features, the 1981 20-cent coin stands out immediately. The obverse side proudly bears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that resonates with collectors worldwide, while the reverse showcases the platypus gliding gracefully through water, an image that has become one of the most beloved Australian coin motifs. The coin is made from copper-nickel alloy, giving it durability and a distinct silvery appearance that has lasted through the decades. A well-preserved 1981 coin in very fine condition often retains a beautiful shine, sharp edges, and detailed artistry that only enhances its collectible appeal. Every detail of this coin, from the Queen's portrait to the unique platypus design, tells a story that continues to capture attention in the numismatic community. Now, what makes the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin even more desirable is its rarity and condition. While millions of 20-cent pieces were struck in Australia's history, not every coin survived in fine or very fine condition. Collectors are always searching for coins that still showcase their original detail and beauty, and the 1981 piece meets this demand. Age plays a crucial role here. More than 4 decades have passed since its minting, and naturally most coins from that era show heavy circulation wear. But when one finds a 1981 coin in very fine condition, it becomes a standout gem in any collection. This rarity factor drives demand higher, making the coin a prized treasure at auctions and private sales. The numismatic market thrives on coins that are both historical and rare, and this piece ticks both boxes perfectly. In today's active market, the value of the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin has been steadily rising. Collectors and investors know that its true worth is far greater. Depending on condition and specific details, this coin in very fine state can reach impressive $710,000 dollar values. Auctions often see competitive bidding wars, as passionate collectors don't want to miss the chance of owning one of these rare gems. In recent years, the interest in Australian coins has grown globally, pushing demand and prices even higher. It is no longer just a coin for Australian collectors. It has become a piece of international numismatic interest, recognized as a symbol of value and prestige. For collectors who are interested in this coin, there are some important tips to keep in mind. First, always prioritize condition. A 1981 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition or better is the true prize, as its sharp details and preserved surfaces guarantee higher demand. Secondly, always make sure the coin is authentic and well documented, as provenance adds even more value in the market. Building a collection around such valuable coins can also be a rewarding investment, because coins like these not only carry historical weight but also steadily appreciate over time. Finally, keep your coins stored properly using protective holders or albums to ensure their beauty and condition are preserved for years to come. Every small step in coin care makes a big difference in long-term value. In conclusion, the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin is far more than just an old piece of currency. It is a rare collectible with a strong historical background, iconic design, and undeniable demand in today's numismatic world. Collectors who are lucky enough to have one in very fine condition are holding onto a coin that continues to rise in recognition and market value. So, if you ever come across an Australian 20-cent coin from 1981, pay close attention. You might just be holding one of the most valuable and desirable coins circulating in today's action-packed market. Next, Queen number 3. In today's spotlight is on one of the most highly regarded and sought-after pieces in Australian currency history, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition, carrying a unique brown shade on both the front and back sides. This coin has been turning heads in the collector's market, and in this video we will explore why it holds such strong value, its background, its rare features, and how much it's commanding in the market today. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why this coin is more than just a piece of metal. It's a piece of history worth real dollars. To truly appreciate the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin, we need to look back at its history. The 20-cent denomination was first introduced in 1966 when Australia made the historic switch from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal currency system. This was a defining moment for the nation's economy and coinage, and every issue from those early years carries an aura of importance. The 1968 issue in particular came at a time when the currency system was still fresh in people's minds, and the demand for circulating coinage was high. This makes the 1968 mintage a cornerstone of Australia's numismatic story. Each coin from that era represents a bridge between tradition and modernity, which is why collectors all over the world continue to seek them out with great enthusiasm. What makes this coin so fascinating is not only its age, but its unique physical characteristics. The example we are focusing on today has developed a distinct brown shade across both its obverse and reverse surfaces, a tone that has matured naturally over the decades, giving it a striking and attractive appearance. This brown hue enhances its visual appeal, making it stand out from regular circulated coins. On the obverse side, you will find the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, a classic image that graced Australia's coinage for many years. On the reverse, of course, sits the beloved platypus designed by Stuart Devlin, a true symbol of Australia's wildlife heritage. Together, these designs, paired with the coin's natural toning, create a unique masterpiece that many collectors consider a gem in their collections. When it comes to rarity, the 1968 Australia 20-cent coin holds a very special place. Although millions were minted for circulation, finding one in very fine condition with distinctive toning, such as the brown shade we are discussing today, is a much tougher challenge than it might seem. Coins that have survived decades of handling and circulation while retaining strong detail and eye appeal are far less common than standard examples. Collectors place a high premium on coins with such character, and it is this rarity factor that drives up demand. The condition here is a key. Very fine quality means that the coin shows only moderate wear and still presents clear details in both the portrait of the queen and the platypus. Combined with the rich coloration, this coin becomes an irresistible piece for serious collectors. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the current market value. In recent years, demand for high-quality Australian decimal coins has surged, and the 1968 Australia 20-cent coin is right at the center of that attention. Depending on its preservation, eye appeal, and unique toning, this coin can command a strong price in the collector market. A very fine example with a naturally developed brown shade such as this one can fetch significantly higher values than its regular counterparts. Collectors are willing to pay strong $700, $1,000 dollar amounts to add such a distinctive piece to their collection. And in today's auction market, these coins are being recognized as true investment-worthy treasures. The appreciation in value is only expected to rise as more collectors compete to secure these gems, making the 1968 Australia 20-cent coin a hot item right now. For those who are passionate about coin collecting, there are some important tips to keep in mind if you're looking to either buy or maintain one of these coins. Always handle your coin carefully, preferably with gloves, to preserve its surface and prevent additional wear. Store it in a protective case to avoid scratches, humidity, or environmental effects that could alter its appearance. When looking to purchase, seek out coins with natural toning, like the brown shades we have discussed, as these add character and value to the coin. And finally, always stay informed about the latest market trends and auction results, as prices for coins like this can rise quickly, giving you the chance to make a smart investment. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin with its beautiful brown toning on both sides and very fine condition is not just a coin, it is a rare collectible, a piece of history, and a symbol of Australia's transition into a modern currency era. Its unique features, high demand, and growing market value make it a must-have for any serious collector. As interest continues to grow and rarity becomes more evident, this coin is proving to be one of the most valuable treasures in the numismatic world. So if you come across one of these beauties, consider yourself very fortunate. You're holding onto a true piece of Australian heritage with incredible value. Next, Queen number 4. Today we are diving deep into one of the hidden treasures of Australian numismatics, the Australia 20-cent coin from the year 1981. Now, this is not just any ordinary 20-cent piece you may find lying around in spare change. What makes it truly remarkable is its age, its rare condition, and the distinctive marks of history it carries with it. The example we are talking about today shows a unique backside with some rusting and a visible yellow dot, features that highlight its long journey through time. Despite these natural signs of aging, the coin still holds a very fine condition, and because of that, it has become a piece of great interest among collectors. In today's active coin market, coins like this are gaining significant attention and commanding strong dollar values. To understand the significance of the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin, we need to step back and look at its history and background. The 20-cent coin was first introduced in Australia in 1966 as part of the decimal currency system. It featured the iconic platypus on the reverse side, designed by Stuart Devlin, who was known as the goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. By 1981, millions of 20-cent coins were minted, but not every coin has survived the passage of time in collectible condition. That's what makes well-preserved or uniquely aged examples, like the one we're discussing today, so sought after. These coins are not only part of everyday Australian heritage, but also stand as miniature time capsules, carrying with them stories of circulation, handling, and preservation. The unique features of this coin are what set it apart from ordinary circulation pieces. On the backside, we see rusting that adds a distinct character to the coin, and the presence of a yellow dot only enhances its individuality. Rather than diminishing its appeal, these features emphasize its authenticity and its long-standing journey through decades of history. Collectors value these differences because they make the coin one of a kind, something you cannot replicate or find in exactly the same way again. Paired with its very fine condition, the coin's surfaces still retain sharp detail, making it both historically fascinating and visually impressive. When we speak about rarity and collector demand, the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition with such distinctive markings ranks highly. While millions may have been produced, very few survive today in such collectible states, especially with unique surface features that create individuality. Collectors are always searching for coins that combine age history and standout characteristics, and this coin fits perfectly into that category. Demand for Australian coins from the late 20th century has been steadily increasing, particularly for those with visible signs of age that tell their own story. It is these factors that make the coin rare and highly desirable in today's numismatic community. Now let's discuss what everyone wants to know: the current market value in dollars, but when you bring in a coin like this one, with very fine condition, unique age-related features, and collector demand, the story changes entirely. Coins of this type can command strong prices in the collector's market, ranging from dozens to even $750,000, depending on the buyer's interest and the rarity of the features present. In auctions and private sales, demand has been particularly high, and coins like this often exceed expected values because of bidding wars among collectors who recognize their importance. It is no exaggeration to say that this coin carries a big value in today's market. For collectors, there are several tips that can help in acquiring or maintaining coins like this. First, always look for coins with distinctive features such as unique spots, aging, or unusual marks, as these often increase desirability. Preservation is key, so handle coins carefully and store them in proper holders to prevent further damage. And most importantly, stay connected with coin collecting communities and marketplaces, because demand for Australian coins is growing rapidly, and opportunities often arise quickly. Being active in the market ensures you can spot the right coin at the right time and secure it before it disappears into another collection. In conclusion, the 1981 Australia 20-cent coin is far more than a piece of spare change. It represents history, heritage, and high value in today's market. With its distinctive backside rusting, the yellow dot feature, and its overall very fine condition, this coin stands out as a rare and desirable collectible. Its demand among collectors continues to rise, and it serves as a reminder of the beauty and value that can be found in everyday currency. For those who already have such a coin, it is a treasure worth preserving, and for those still searching, it is one of the most exciting opportunities in the world of Australian numismatics today. Next, queen number 5. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Australian coins, and this episode is truly exciting. We're going to take a closer look at the top valuable Australian 20-cent coin from 1998. Now, this is not just any ordinary coin you might find in your pocket change. This particular coin, especially when preserved in very fine condition, is considered rare and highly desirable in the collector's market. Many enthusiasts are always on the lookout for these gems, and in today's active market, the 1998 20-cent coin has been gaining impressive attention and value in dollars. So, if you own one of these coins or you're curious about the story behind it, stay with us until the end, because you'll be amazed at just how special this piece of history really is. To truly appreciate the 1998 Australian 20-cent coin, we need to take a step back and understand its historical background. The 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the decimal currency system we know today. The 20-cent coin quickly became one of the most widely circulated denominations, featuring the beautiful platypus design by the famous Australian artist Stuart Devlin. By 1998, the coin had already been in circulation for over 3 decades, but that year's minting carried with it a level of uniqueness that continues to catch the attention of collectors around the world. While millions of coins were produced for general use, not every piece survived in pristine or very fine condition, making those that do incredibly valuable. The 1998 Australian 20-cent coin stands out for its detailed design and classic features. On the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which connects Australia to its rich Commonwealth heritage. The reverse, of course, features the instantly recognizable platypus swimming through the water, an animal symbolic of Australia's unique wildlife. What makes this coin truly remarkable is not just the design, but the story it tells. Each coin minted in 1998 carries with it the craftsmanship of its era, reflecting the quality and care that went into Australia's currency production. When you hold one in very fine condition with its sharp details, minimal wear, and strong shine, It becomes more than just money. It transforms into a collectible piece of art, a token of history, and a symbol of national pride. Now let's talk about what makes this coin so desirable in the collector's world. The 1998 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition is not easy to come by. Many coins from that year were used in everyday transactions, meaning they became scratched, worn, and damaged over time. To find one that has survived the decades while still holding on to its crisp details is truly rare. Collectors know this, and that's why demand is soaring. The rarity doesn't just come from age, but from the preservation. Very fine condition coins are far more limited compared to the countless circulated pieces in poor shape. The more flawless the coin, the higher the value. Add to that the growing interest in Australian coinage from international buyers. And you can see why the 1998 20-cent coin is such a hot item in today's market. Now here comes the exciting part. Just how much is the 1998 Australia 20-cent coin worth in today's market? In very fine condition, these coins are commanding impressive prices among collectors. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and numismatic circles have reported strong demand, pushing values higher than ever before. While the exact value can vary depending on condition and buyer interest, it is safe to say that a well-preserved 1998 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition can attract a significant $786,000 figure. We're not just talking about a few dollars here. We're talking about collectors willing to pay premium amounts because they understand the rarity and significance of this coin. It's no surprise that many sellers are listing them at competitive prices, and buyers are quick to secure them whenever they appear on the market. For those of you who may already own a 1998 Australia 20-cent coin or are planning to start your hunt for one, here are a few helpful insights. Always make sure to examine the condition of the coin carefully. Coins in very fine condition with clear details and minimal wear will always command higher prices. Proper storage is also crucial. Keep your coin away from moisture, dirt, and scratches by using protective holders or cases. Another important tip is to stay updated with coin auctions and collector forums. Often, rare pieces like this appear in unexpected places, and being proactive can help you find them before others do. And finally, remember that this coin is not just an investment in money, but also in history. Holding on to it is like owning a piece of Australia's cultural identity, which means its long-term value is likely to continue growing as collector demand remains strong. In conclusion, the 1998 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition is more than just a piece of change. It is a rare and valuable collectible that represents history, craftsmanship, and national heritage. With its beautiful design, limited availability in high grades, and strong market demand, this coin has secured its place as a must-have in any serious collection. Its value in dollars is a reflection of its importance, and the demand shows no sign of slowing down. So whether you already own one or you're inspired to start your search, this coin is definitely worth your attention. It stands as proof that even everyday currency can transform into a treasure with time, rarity, and care about the like. To subscribe my Chanel Happy Collection